you the keymaster?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. They're gonna see some serious shit.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Welcome back, everyone, to our final episode of Horror Month. I'm your host, Sea-Dog.
I'm Duke.
I'm Justin.
And this week we are wrapping Horror Month up with Final Destination.
Yep.
So, Duke, have you seen anything new?
Yeah, I watched a movie called Race. It was from 2016. It's basically about Jesse Owens and his. He's basically a track meet star in the 1930s, and it's his story about his race during the 1936 Olympics in Berlin during the Nazi regime.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it was a pretty good movie.
Nice.
I also watched the new Conjuring, Last Rites.
Yeah.
Thought it was pretty decent. It wasn't as good as the first two, but definitely better than the third one.
Okay.
Also, I watched a lot of kind of history stuff this week. I watched Trial of the Chicago Seven. It's about these seven leaders of organizations, activist organizations, that are arrested after the 1968 Democratic Convention. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
A lot of good comedy, a lot of good drama. It's a good story.
All right.
Also rewatched No One Will Save You.
What is that one?
That's the one where
that sounds familiar.
the girl that's in the house, she doesn't get out at all. She's kind of like shut in, and these aliens come down and invade her home. It's basically an alien invasion, home invasion film.
Right. Okay. All right.
Really good movie.
Nice.
It was my second watch on that.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really watched anything new. I rewatched Final Destination 3 and 4. Just to get a different perspective. It's been a while since I've seen both of those, so I wanted to see if my opinion changed on them.
I did that with part 3.
And then the only new one I've seen is the John Candy documentary that, directed by Colin Hanks and Ryan Reynolds. Excellent.
I watched
Excellent
half
movie.
of it. I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Justin, what about you?
Yeah, I've actually watched a lot of movies this time.
Perfect.
Yeah, I actually have. So I rewatched Top Gun, believe it or not, for the first time in years, like decades probably. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a very long time since I've seen it.
Is it as boring as as it was the first time?
It's I don't think it's worth quite the hype that most people do. I can't say I didn't like it. I liked it probably for nostalgia, I guess, because it's Top Gun.
Why did you think people liked it in the first place 40 years ago?
I think for the 40 years ago, I would assume that those were really cool scenes in the air with the planes. Okay, yeah. I can tell you right now, I've seen way cooler air fight scenes in a lot of other movies compared to Top Gun.
In low budget films?
Yes. Yeah. So, like I said, I guarantee there's some nostalgia going on there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's terrible. Like, I enjoyed it. I want to watch Maverick.
It's actually really good.
Maverick was way better. Yeah.
So that's what I've heard. I've heard because didn't they use the actual the actual
they were
footage?
Actually in the planes.
Yeah. The footage was real that time.
Yeah.
It's a big difference between that and the footage that they had in the other.
Right.
I watched Gone Girl for the first time in a long time.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I like that movie. I'm a big fan of the movie. I remembered why I liked that movie so much. I rewatched
all 2.5 hours of it.
all 2.5 hours of it. Yes, sir. I rewatched. Hold on. What else did I rewatch?
Iron Eagle.
I read. No, wow. I rewatched Training Day for the first time in a very long time.
That's a good one.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies I haven't watched in a long time. I'm trying to rewatch. And special for you, Duke, I watched The Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yes, I did. I there were several times in there I thoroughly laughed.
Yeah.
Like when dude loses his head, the very first zombie they meet, when they like are trying to figure out how to kill him and they cut his head off and he like gets up and he's I'm like, okay, dude. Like I was laughing. That was hilarious. So
the split dog.
Yes, right. The split dog. Yes. there was a lot. I like the practical effects very much in that movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed the practical effects in that movie.
Yeah, they balanced horror and comedy beautifully with that film.
Send
more cops.
Did. Yeah. Brains. Yeah. Yep. So I did watch that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see there was I could have sworn there was one or two more that I probably watched too.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't remember now, but yeah,
okay.
I have. I've been watching extra stuff, so
that's awesome. All right, well, our first movie we're going to talk about, of course, is Final Destination.
I got this feeling, this weird feeling. How you doing?
We get thrown off the plane all because Brownie has a bad dream?
I saw it.
The plane! It's gonna blow up! It's gonna blow up!
Because of you, I'm still alive.
We say that the hour of death cannot be forecast. But death could arrive this same afternoon.
Todd is just the first of us.
By walking off the plane, you've cheated death.
It's an accident.
In death, there are no accidents. No escapes. You have to figure out how and when it's coming back at you.
This is a message of something, hinting at a design. We will die unless we find the patterns and cheat it again.
Death isn't done with us. I know who's next.
Nobody has control over life and death. Unless they are taking lives and causing death.
I won't let this happen.
What are you, God now? So who's next?
all right. Final Destination was released March 17th of the year 2000. After getting a premonition about a plane crash on his school trip, Alex, a student, saves a few of his classmates. However, their situation gets complicated when death starts chasing them. It stars Devin Sawa, Ali Larder, Kerr Smith, Kristen Cloak, Sean William Scott, Chad Donowa, Daniel Roebuck, and Tony Todd.
Yep. So this was produced and distributed by New Line Cinema, as were all of them. Mm-hmm. And also produced by Glenn Morgan, Craig Perry, and Warren Zaid, who also produced all of them.
Right.
This was directed by James Wong, who is known for directing The One And he was also producer for The X-Files for several episodes. The story was written by Jeffrey Reddick, and the screenplay was done by Jeffrey Reddick, Glenn Morgan, and James Wong. The score was done by Shirley Walker, who tragically passed away in 2006. But she also did the score for Willard, the Crispin Glover Willard, Escape from L.A., and the original Ghoulies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The special effects for this film was done by Pixel Magic and Flesh and Fantasy. And this was shot on location in Vancouver, as were most of them, except for the fourth one.
Right.
Was not shot in Vancouver.
Right.
They should have just kept it in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was shot between January and May of 1999.
All right. Final Destination had a budget of $23 million, and it grossed $112 million. IMDb gave it 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 50% with a 68% audience rating. Letterboxd gave it 3.2 out of 5. I'm giving this one 7 out of 10.
I give it a strong 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This is one of those movies that I bought on DVD when DVD was first coming out. And we used to pause scenes, like the part where the girl gets hit by the bus.
Right.
We used to pause that to see if we can see if it was a seamless,
any flaws in there.
Yeah. But yeah, we used to do that with this movie. And I don't know, maybe it's nostalgia, but it's not, the intro's not as strong as the second one, but it's a novel idea. It's
right.
The first in the series, and I think it's the best in the series. A lot of it has to do with Devon Sawa, because he's great. But yeah, definitely 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I agree with everything you said. You actually kind of, I hate to say that, you literally took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, cool.
This is the beginning of the franchise. I think it stands as the beginning of the franchise. It's a very good movie. It's suspenseful. I don't know. I remember when my parents saw this movie when it came out. I didn't realize it came out in 2000 until we were privileged. So that's kind of crazy, because I remember when this came out, my parents saw it, and I remember my mom, who knows that I'm not a big horror guy, but she was like, I think you'd like the movie, because she knows I like stuff that's suspenseful and not too gory. You know what I mean? So
supernatural, and I mean, I know you're not really into supernatural stuff.
Not a lot of supernatural.
But this is something unique.
Yeah.
Especially at the time when it came out, it was super unique.
Very much so, yeah. It's not supernatural like The Conjuring or any of those. It's like you said, it's very unique. It's different. I think, Corey, you and me had talked about it before, and you said you've just described kind of death as like a cartel. Put up your quote fingers. Like it's a force. It's a force out there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a force. It's not like a supernatural being.
Yeah,
right. It's like a natural force that happens all the time, every day, all the time. And when it's your time, how are you going to deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's ever done that before. This movie.
Exactly.
And back when it first came out, I probably would have given it 10 out of 10. I've seen this one so many times, though.
Yeah, that's
fair. It just kind of gets burnt out. So I just, I wanted to give it a high rating, but be fair about it, because I've seen it so many times and everything. There's just only so many times you can see them, see the scenes and not be wowed about it anymore. So that's why I gave it 7 out of 10. But yeah, first viewing, definitely 10 out of 10. Like, I agree with you guys. This was a pivotal moment in the Y2K era of filming. Never been done before. We've seen slashers and supernaturals and stuff, but this is something that's inevitable. And just to figure out how these people were going to die or
you
cheat
nailed
death.
it. Inevitable. That's a good descriptor.
So, I agree with you guys on that.
That's what I was used to. When I thought of horror movies growing up, especially through the 90s, I'm used to slasher horror. Because that's what a lot of, in my
Scream,
opinion.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
There you go. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Scream.
All that
those,
late 90s.
Yeah, those late 90s slasher horror. That's what I was used to. So this was, it was a horror movie, absolutely, but it was different. It wasn't blood and gore. I mean, there's some, but it's not, the focus isn't the gore. The focus is the figuring out of the story behind it.
Yeah, it's not just the story either, it's the execution.
Yeah.
Right.
It was very well done.
Yes. Very well done. Very well done.
And the effects are top notch too, especially for the time.
For the time, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Some fun facts about this film. The story was originally going to be the concept of an episode of The X-Files back in 1993, which was inspired by Soul Survivor from 1984.
Yeah.
In this movie, a woman who was a sole survivor of a plane crash starts to be haunted by dead people that death uses temporarily as vessels trying to kill her to correct its plan, and killing everyone who suspected. So that would have been interesting plot. The exterior of Miss Luton's house was built in 5 days. The residents of Vancouver didn't want the filmmakers to blow it up, as they thought it was a nice house. They didn't realize it was just an exterior
There's nothing
part.
in there.
Right. In the opening scene, Devon Sawa was supposed to pretend to be asleep. He actually fell asleep for 4 hours. The shot of Alex's bedside clock, which fades in from 1 a.m. to 1:80, took 5 days to get correct.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's
a lot staring at a clock.
Yeah.
Much of the news footage shown is actual footage from the July 1996 explosion of crash of TWA Flight 800 off of East Mauritius, Long Island, New York. Did I say that right?
I don't know. I have to see it.
Mauricches.
Mauritius.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Mauritius. We'll go with that.
Mauritius.
Yeah. Anyways, Long Island.
Just slur it.
Just Long Island, New York. The numerous appearances of 180 in the film refer to the film's original title of Flight 180. New Line decided to rename the film to Final Destination through fear of confusion of other films like Air Force One from 97 or Con Air from 97.
Okay.
I don't know how they're going to get confused, but okay.
Yeah,
It happens, I guess. In the first draft of the script, the survivors that get off the plane were 7 strangers. Due to teen slashers' popularity at the time, the survivors were changed to a high school class. The music played throughout the film was by John Denver, a musician who died in a plane crash 3 years before this film was made.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that.
That is a cool little callback if you know the...
Yeah. I liked that they put that in there.
Right.
If you know about John Denver, then you get it, and you're like, okay.
Clear's cabin is the same cabin seen in Lake Placid from 1999.
Huh.
And most characters in the film are named after filmmakers or stars from black and white horror films.
I did not know that, no.
Terry Chaney was named after Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney, yeah.
Todd Wagner after director George Wagner. Alex Browning after director Todd Browning.
Todd Browning, yeah.
Larry Murnau was after director F.W. Murnau, who directed Nosferatu, a Symphony of Horror from 1922.
Gotcha.
Agent Schreck, after Max Schreck, who starred in Nosferatu. And then Blake Dreyer, after Carl Theodore Dreyer, who directed Vampire from 1932.
Okay.
And then Howard Siegel, after director Don Siegel, who directed Dirty Harry from 1971. Billy Hitchcock, after, of course, Alfred Hitchcock.
Frank Hitchcock. Hitchcock. Hitchcock.
And Valerie Luton, after horror film producer Val Luton.
Yeah.
So that's
those are some deep dives there.
Right. So that's all I got for Final Destination.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do, let's talk about movie news.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Movie news!
All right, on this episode of Movie News, we have Adam Sandler and George Clooney are starring in a Netflix film titled J. Kelly, and it will be released on December 7th.
I was hoping you'd say Bulletproof 2.
With George Clooney?
Yeah.
What is it supposed to, is that all you got?
That's all I got, yeah. I don't have any synopsis for it or anything like that, but yeah, it's supposed to come out December 7th. It's supposed to be a comedy.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so.
I'm hoping we get more, I don't know, I want Adam Sandler to do more drama roles.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
I mean,
do something a little bit different, Adam, other than just getting your friends together and making another Netflix movie. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but...
Hey, Happy Gilmore 2 was awesome.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
The 13th Friday the 13th film is officially in development. The ones behind this project say we are actively working on a new movie and are exploring a variety of opportunities, but consistently staying focused on authenticity.
Okay, so is Sean Cunningham going to produce it?
I don't know. Doesn't say. It just said they're working on it. So
okay.
We'll see. We'll see if they stay focused on authenticity. Maybe they get Kane Hodder back.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. The Wayans brothers have revealed that Art the Clown will play a major role in the film as Terrifier.
Shocker.
Terrifier will be major targets of satire in the upcoming sequel of Scary Movie.
No, not Shocker. That's Wes Craven.
You're right. After campaigning for the role for years, Jamie Foxx has been officially cast as CIA Black Ops operative Albert Francis, a.k.a. Spawn. The casting is for a new feature-length film adaptation of the Todd McFarlane's comic book series Spawn. The film will be produced by Blumhouse Productions.
Okay.
So
I saw the 97 version in theaters.
Yeah, I liked it.
I wasn't blown away. It was weird.
I wonder if they're gonna have Clowney in this one or not.
Yeah.
You know, and who would play? Because I mean, John Leguizamo killed that one.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Mark Wahlberg's sequel to Family Plan 2 will start streaming on Apple TV on November 21st. Mortal Kombat 3 is officially in development at Warner Brothers. As anticipation grows before the release of the 2021 sequel hits theaters on May 15th, 2026. So they're already developing a third. They're expecting it to soar, which I think it will.
I think it will too, but
Megan Fox. I have news about Megan Fox.
Yay.
It's not Transformers.
Yay.
She has been casted as the voice of Toy Chica in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Okay.
So we'll hear her voice.
Must we?
Skylar Gisondo is negotiating to join Fokker-in-Law, the fourth Meet the Parents film starring Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, and Ariana Grande as the fiance of an adult Greg Fokker Jr. Directed by John Hamburg and produced by Jay Roach, it reunites the cast, including Terry Polo and Owen Wilson.
Okay.
So, and then Colin Trevorrow is currently working on a live-action adaptation of The Jetsons.
Okay.
At Warner Brothers, and Jim Carrey is actually in negotiations to play the lead role as George Jetson. What are your thoughts on that? I think he would.
Well, he keeps saying he's retired.
He's not.
He's not really retired.
Money talks.
Yeah, no. He's always going to come back because there's always going to be one more script that he can't.
Yeah.
He don't really want to retire.
I can see him pulling George Jetson off.
Absolutely.
There's only two, either him or Steve Carell. I think would pull George Jetson off.
Okay.
So
Steve Carell doesn't have the right build Jim Carrey does.
Yeah, I say Jim Carrey's more tall and slender,
tall and lanky,
like George Jetson was. And then finally, since we're speaking of Final Destination 7 is in the works. Following the success of Bloodlines, writers and producers of the last film are returning, and the film will be released sometime in 2027. So we're not done with it.
Okay.
So, and that is my movie news.
You're watching movie news!
All right, Duke, what's next?
Let's talk about Final Destination 2.
Kimberly, you sure you've got everything? Credit card, cell phone, AAA card?
Yeah, it's Daytona, not Somalia.
A candlelight vigil to mark the one-year anniversary of the crash of Flight 180 will be held at 8 p.m. tonight at the Mount Abraham High School Auditorium.
Hey, Kimberly, it's Dad. Listen, your car's leaking transmission fluid, so I want you to get it checked right away.
There's gonna be a huge accident. You guys all heard about Flight 180, right?
Surely you must have read about the kid who had a dream about a plane blowing up. So he got all his buddies off the plane, and then the thing blew up just like in his dream.
My premonition was just like his. Can you believe all this death stuff? What if people died in a freak accident last night? What if the other people are in danger too? If you put them on the list, they're already dead.
You can't cheat death. There are no escapes.
Hey, wait a second. New light defeats death. Follow the signs. I mean, where did you find that guy?
They're next on death's list. If we don't find them, they're gonna die. Kimberly, look at me. You have to tell us. What did you see? Being alive after we were supposed to die, it caused an outward ripple, a rift in death's design.
There is nobody after us but you.
But Alex and I cheated death not once, but dozens of times. The design is flawed. It can be beaten.
All right, Final Destination 2 was released January 31st of 2003. Death stalks Kimberly Corman and multiple survivors of a deadly highway accident. This movie stars Ali Larter, AJ Cook, Michael Landis, David Peatcow, James Kirk, and yeah, that's right, and Tony Todd.
All right, so this was also produced and distributed by New Line Cinema, as well as Craig Perry and Warren Zeid. This one was directed by David R. Ellis, who directed also Snakes on a Plane, but he is also known primarily for stunt coordination on several films, many action and comedy. This was written by Jeffrey Reddick, J. Mackie Gruber, and Eric Bress. Score, again, was done by Shirley Walker, and the special effects were done by Pixel Magic and Digital Dimension Entertainment Group. Those were the visual effects groups. Again, shot in Vancouver between February and May of 2002.
This one had a budget of $26 million. It only grossed $90 million. IMDb gave it 6.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 52% with a 58% audience rating. And Letterboxd gave it 2.9 out of 5. I'm giving this one again 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I liked it just as much as the first one. Maybe a tidbit better than the first one. Just the highway scene just freaked me out. It still does.
That one is definitely the best opening scene.
Yes.
Of the entire franchise. I gave it 9 out of 10, only because I don't know why. I guess because Devon Sawa was not in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really like this movie. It's really well done, and I agree, it's almost as good as the first one.
Right.
But I think I have the nostalgic factor on my side as well.
It's the most notable one of the franchise.
For sure.
When somebody says Final Destination, they mention this scene.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Also, this was the one that I saw in theaters.
okay.
And that freaked me out because it was a late night show and we had to drive home afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a terrifying drive home.
I bet.
Yeah. So I give this one a 7.5 out of 10, just like the first one. I like this one equally as much as the first one. The crash scene, I agree again with you, Duke. I know I'm not just trying to be Mr. Sureka over here, but I didn't see it in the theater, but that is, in my opinion, the best opening scene of the franchise. It just is. It's
and one of the best opening scenes in horror history, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go that as far as to say that as well.
I'll let you take that one. But I do remember when this one came out, because I remember when the first one came out. I remember when this one came out, and I remember a lot of people went and saw it, and we didn't see it until later on. But I did see this one, and I was allowed to watch this one at the time. And the crash scene at the beginning, I don't know. It's still that's.
Could you imagine back then? Because a lot of the cars had the DVD screens in them. Could you imagine somebody watching this film going down the highway on a road trip? Like that would be terrifying.
Man, no,
that would be terrifying. So New Line very quickly greenlit a sequel after the success of Final Destination. The first film's director, James Wong, was unavailable to return, however, because he was already working on his next project, The One, starring Jet Li. Devon Sawa was originally meant to reprise his role as Alex from the first film, but an alleged contract dispute led to him not returning. Thusly, he died off screen in between movies, as evidenced by a newspaper clipping. Prior to directing Final Destination 2, as you mentioned, David R. Ellis had primarily worked on as a stunt coordinator, and his only other feature film prior was Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. He would go on to direct Snakes on a Plane, Asylum, and as well as 2009's The Final Destination, which we'll get to that. Prior to filming, A.J. Cook dyed her natural blonde hair brunette in order to appear different enough for Ali Larter, who was reprising her role as Clear. Now, I'm going to go off script for a minute on this one because I didn't realize that was A.J. Cook until I seen her name. And I'm like, oh my God, because the only place I recognized A.J. Cook's name was from Criminal Minds. So I had no idea that she was that she was the main character in Final Destination 2. You remember her in Criminal Minds? She was the blonde. That Reed liked. That's A.J. Cook.
Oh, the with the taller blonde with the longer hair.
Yeah, the one that did all the speeches and announcements.
She was their PA person.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about. That's her?
That's her.
Wow.
Right.
I didn't put that together at all. What?
Keegan Connor Tracy was cast as Kat a mere 5 days before shooting began, not again.
Okay.
I need to read. The script was written by J. Mackey Gruber and Eric Bress. The two of them agreed to write Final Destination 2 if they were given the freedom to direct another script of theirs, which would become The Butterfly Effect, released a year later.
Okay. I missed that. That's cool.
Yeah, another good movie.
Yeah.
The iconic and infamous highway pileup scene was based on a real-life 125-car pileup
in Tennessee
that occurred on I-75 in Ringgold, Georgia.
Georgia, I was close.
On May 14th, 2002. Nora's elevator death was based on a real-life incident that occurred in a hospital in Houston in 2002. Dr. Hitachi Nikodo was actually decapitated by an elevator that malfunctioned.
Wow. Okay.
And then finally, in retrospect, many fans have cited this movie as their favorite in the series, and the cars crash scene as one of the most iconic and memorable sequences in horror movie history. Like you said.
Yeah.
That's what I like about these is that they're not just made up stuff like what ifs.
Yeah.
These are actual like events that have happened that they've turned, tragedy into another tragedy film. So,
yeah, that makes it even more disturbing.
Right. To know that this stuff actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's all I got for Final Destination 2. Yes.
So another thing that I want to mention is another thing I liked about this, and I had to think about it. So that's my mind does that.
It's okay.
I like the fact there's carryover characters between the first one and this one.
Yeah.
There isn't going forward. And not, I mean, we're going to talk about it here in a minute, but the carryover characters help that story.
Right.
It really helps that story.
And there's reasoning behind that, and I'll get to that.
Okay.
And you missed part 5, so you should definitely add that one in with
okay.
the carryover.
Well, yes. I saw part of part 5. Let's put it that way.
So
we'll discuss that when we get to part 5.
I get what you're saying though, but there's explanation behind it. So yeah, that's all Final Destination 2. So Duke,
happy birthday, bitch! All right, every asshole has a birthday, and these are these assholes' birthdays. On October 19th, we have John Lithgow is now 80. Jon Favreau is 59. Trey Parker is 56. Divine would have been 80. He passed in 88. Chris Kattan is 55. And Jason Reitman is 48. Today on the 20th, we have Viggo Mortensen is 67. John Krasinski is 46.
Wow.
I didn't think he was our age. Director Danny Boyle from 28 Days Later and Trainspotting is 69. William Zabka is 60. And Bela Lugosi was born 143 years ago today.
Wow.
On the 22nd, we have Jeff Goldblum is 73, will be 73. Christopher Lloyd, 87. And Bob Odenkirk is 63. On the 23rd, we have Margaret Qualley, will be 31. Sam Raimi will be 66. Ryan Reynolds will be 49. Weird Al will be 66. And Dwight Yoakam will be 69. On the 24th.
What did you just say?
Dwight Yoakam will be 69.
69 years old.
Yep.
Oh my God.
On the 24th, we have Kevin Kline, will be 78. John Kasser, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, will be 68. And finally, on the 25th, we have Mia Goth, will be 32. Craig Robinson will be 54. And Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, will be 68. Happy birthday, bitch! Ladies and gentlemen, Final Destination 3.
There it is. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was so awesome, Ashley.
Okay, come on. It won't kill us to get a deep fried Snickers in a Coke. Before riding Devil's Fight, yeah, that might kill. Get off of here.
No, don't push the button! Don't push the button!
Hey, we can call your mother, and everything will be taken care of.
It's happened before. I found out about this high school French class. They went on a trip to Paris. When they were boarding, a kid had a vision that the plane was going to explode. Just like you did.
And you read into this shit like them damn urban legends.
Wait, are you guys saying that death is like a person?
3 people have died.
This picture shows how he died.
Look, after them, we're next. But there's pictures of us in there. Newton says that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. How can you explain what happened to us in Sydney?
Everyone imagines weird stuff when they get scared.
This fear is more than just being scared.
There is someone walking behind you. Turn around. Look at me. There is someone who really loves you.
Death is fucking complicated.
There is someone.
Final Destination 3 was released February 10th of 2006. Wendy Christensen and a group of teens who escaped a fatal roller coaster crash face a bloody date with death. This one stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ryan Merriam, Chris Lemke, Alex Johnson. That's a weird name of spelling. Alex. Sorry. Sam Easton.
Johnson?
No, it was Alex.
What is this? Polish?
No. Alex is ALEXZ.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Z is silent.
The Z is silent, apparently. Texas Battle and Maggie Ma.
And the voice of Tony Todd.
Yes. And the voice of Tony Todd, yes.
So this was produced by New Line Cinema and Glenn Morgan, Craig Perry, James Wong, and Warren Zaid. Directed by James Wong again, who's returning from the first one. Written by James Wong and Glenn Morgan. This was one of Shirley Walker's last scores. She died the same year the movie was released, 2006. The special effects was done by Soho Visual Effects and Digital Dimension, all doing the visual effects. Again, this was shot in Vancouver, Canada, between March and June of 2005.
This had a budget of $25 million, and it grossed $118 million, which has kind of shocked me. But
so far, none of them have flopped.
Right. IMDb gave this 5.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 44% with a 57% audience rating. Letterboxd gave it 3.1 out of 5. I'm giving this one 6 out of 10.
You know, I'm going to give this 5 out of 10. I'm going to give it 5.5 out of 10 with a half star extra for Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Right.
Boobs and the ending. Because in 2006, horror movies, you're not going to see a whole lot of boobs. That was usually reserved for, sleazy comedies.
Right.
So I was surprised to see breasts in this movie because...
Especially Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
It wasn't her breast. It was
no, it wasn't. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's right. But I remember her from when I first introduced to her was Sky High.
She was in Sky High?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was the villain in Sky High. And I was like, okay, this, she's a good actress and stuff. But I really I've seen a couple other films.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was also in the Thing prequel.
Right.
But yeah, she's great. I like.
She kind of reminds me of Aubrey Plaza a lot.
Maybe that's why I like her.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10.
Okay. Justin?
I give this one a 5 out of 10. I'm not a fan of this one. I think this one is extremely cheesy. Like it's
I agree.
extremely cheesy.
Not as
bad as not as bad as what's to come. But this is when it really started to get cheesy. Like they lost that the flair. I think if they'd have had some carryover or something, there's something missing. That I guess
there is a 180 carryover in the film.
Yeah,
when she's looking at the photograph.
But there's always the 180 carryover. The 180 carryover is
You're
still
talking
the
about
entire
character.
thing. I mean,
Carryover.
character, something to tie it together more than just a premonition. Which I know where we're going with this episode, but it feels like a puzzle with a piece missing.
Yeah, the only presence you get from the first two is the voice of Tony Todd. That's all you get in this one.
That's it.
That's it.
And in this one is when they start figuring out more. In the first one, they knew how they had to change the order. Yeah. And then it was, okay, well, we know we have to change the order because we knew that the last time. Well, now this time, there's clues and pictures because they had to advance it with technology, which I don't think that's... We had pictures in 2000. Why is this it felt like a stretch.
The different ways of cheating death is growing as these movies come out. Like you said, the first one you had the intervening to cheat death, to skip them and go to the next on the list. Second one, somebody had to die or be born to stop death's plan and everything. So and we see how that turned out. And then this one here, it's a same ordeal. And I think is it this one or is it the next one where they have to take a life or choose to take a life? I don't remember.
They were talking about it in this one.
I thought they were.
The one that was supposed to kill Mary Elizabeth Winstead was like, so if you die, all this ends, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, yeah, they were talking about it.
Okay.
So that's had already been established.
Yeah, so it's a growing, the
idea
different
of
ways
cheating,
of cheating. Yeah, the idea of cheating death and the different ways of cheating death is growing throughout these films. But
I think that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the weaknesses of this film was definitely the characters were very weak, except for, again, I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She does a great job in everything she's in. And the beginning tragedy scene was weak.
Very much so.
But the ending, I think, made up for it.
Yes.
It gave us a little bit more of what that beginning didn't provide.
I still wish there would have been a survivor at the end. Mm-hmm. That's for me. Even if it's one lone person, one lone survivor to carry over.
And I'm about to explain that.
Go ahead.
So, following the success of Final Destination 2, New Line greenlit this project very quickly. However, they intended it to be more of a standalone, not featuring any characters from the first two movies.
They always do that with like part 3 for some reason.
But that makes a lot more sense as to the production of the movie. Like if I had known that going into it, then that changes the viewpoint of the movie. Okay, it's supposed to be. They went into it thinking it was a standalone movie. But the problem is when you know it's going to be part of a franchise, and you clearly change your plans at some point during the line,
right?
Because otherwise, if it was a standalone movie, why were you mentioning Flight 180?
Yeah,
that's stupid. That is a monstrous plot hole, and I'm not trying to point out monstrous plot holes, but that's a gaping one here.
Well, that's how they knew about death in the first place.
Exactly.
He found out about Alex's the plane, whatever the hell the damn thing's called. Yeah. It's called a plane. About the explosion.
Yes.
But that's how they found out, because he read those articles about that.
And like I said, it was intended to be more of a standalone, but it turned out not to be. So
then
so
tie
that's
up
why
the loose ends. That's my thought.
So it's not a standalone.
Right. Exactly. Final Destination 3 saw the return of director James Wong, who had directed the first film. Later that year, Wong would write the screenplay for the Black Christmas remake, which also starred Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
That's right.
The infamous roller coaster disaster required the actors to ride the coaster 26 times to get all the necessary shots. Right? Here's the thing. Not only that, but located in Vancouver, the coaster itself can be found at Playland Amusement Park. It's a real coaster. It wasn't like CGI'd or a set. It's an actual coaster. So
speaking of CGI, that's one of the things I realized when I rewatched this movie is that it didn't have as much noticeable CGI as I remember it having. Even I think Part 2 had more noticeable CGI than this one did.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
Exactly. The climax that takes place in a hardware store was in fact a real functioning store and not a set. As a result, they could only shoot overnight when the store was closed, and to ensure that when they wrapped in the morning, the store had to look exactly as it did so it could open to the public again.
Yeah. Okay. The escalator scene was stupid. That's dumb.
The escalator scene?
Yeah. When sucked into the escalator.
Was that the third one? I think that was the fourth one.
Is the fourth one?
That's
Are you
fourth
sure?
one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting them mixed up.
Yeah, getting
your
They're
lane.
all the same.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the half price guy.
No, yeah, that's the fourth. That's the fourth one. We'll talk about
So
that.
I'm getting there.
You've got a lot to say about the fourth
Yes,
one.
I do.
While not appearing in person, Tony Todd lent his voice as the devil attraction in the roller coaster, and the voice on the subway warning that it is the end of the line.
Yep. At the end of the movie.
Yeah. Actress Shellen Simmons, hope I'm saying that right. Ashley, one of the tanning bed victims, made her TV debut way back in 1990 as the little girl who Pennywise takes in the opening scene of It.
Oh.
So
okay.
That's where we know her from. That's all I got for Final Destination 3.
Cool.
So it is time for... Yo, it's time for movie trivia!
What?
All right, Justin. Flame. No. Boy.
Already.
You're white.
Wow.
Really, really white.
I am? Oh my gosh.
Does Dad know?
Okay, so I got first two topics are horror based, and then the third one is just Oscars but I picked random years this time.
Like different Oscars? Okay.
No.
Oscar de la Hoya. That's all I know.
I need all the Oscars that were born
I'm
in
gonna come up with
1945.
that. I'm gonna come up with that. name Oscars.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys. This is the top grossing horror movies, specifically by decade. Okay.
Good Lord. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we timing this one?
If you you don't have to, I guess. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
That's okay. Go ahead.
So the 1980s. So I'm just gonna give them to you. You have these three. So just tell me which one.
And which one? What?
Which one grossed the most?
Oh, okay.
Out of these three.
Okay.
All right. So this is the 1980s. You're gonna have the 80s, the 90s, and then the 2000s.
Okay.
Not the 2010s. Just
Okay.
The 2000s. So 1980s. Your movies are Pet Sematary, Poltergeist, and The Shining. Which one grossed the most?
Oh. You would have to throw that one in there.
Oh, I specifically picked the names that I picked for reasons because so these are not necessarily the top grossing
right
period. I picked three because one of the top grossing ones, I'll be frank, was the Dream Master, Nightmare 4, the Dream Master, which was a huge, monstrous moneymaker, which I would never put that together.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my digging on this, I specifically named the movies that I named. So these are picked by me. But
all right. So I would say, I don't know, this is actually kind of hard because initially I would say Poltergeist, but it came out around the same time as E.T., which basically knocked everything out of the way.
Right.
Everything.
Well, no. Remember that I only went through horror.
No, I know. I'm saying that Poltergeist came out at the same time as E.T., which knocked everything out of the way. So I don't know how much it grossed because of E.T.
Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Pet Sematary, I don't think that grossed a whole lot.
I didn't think The Shining grew popularity till later on.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm going to say Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
Yeah, it was Poltergeist.
Oh, okay.
So I have the numbers. So it was Poltergeist in 1982 was $77.2 million.
Okay.
Corey, you were exactly right. The Shining is last. Pet Sematary in 1989 was $57.4 million. And The Shining, which I was quite surprised, apparently got its popularity after the fact, $47.5 million.
Yeah.
I was blown away by that. I
didn't gain popularity. It didn't gain popularity until it was already released. And then they started re-releasing it and in the drive-ins and stuff like that back in the early, like late 80s to early 90s. They started re-releasing it towards to October, and then that's when people started watching it for the first time. And
I know people that
video rentals too. I mean, that was the
but
big,
it was
the
it
big
was
thing.
not it was too gory, I guess, for them, like too creepy-ish in the theaters. Is what it didn't get very good reviews on that, but it did gain nostalgia.
I was gonna say I know a lady specifically. She will not watch Jack Nicholson movies because of The Shining. It terrified her of Jack Nicholson. So all right, so your movies for the 1990s: Scream, The Blair Witch Project, and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay, so do you want to take this? Because I have thoughts about this. And I remember when all these movies were released.
Right. So Scream was a huge hit.
Huge.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, it was a new rendition of Nosferatu.
But it was freaking huge.
Freaking huge. Like it's rough.
And Blair Witch was huge too for some silly reason.
for the different footage that we've never seen.
The
one person footage. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I want to say Scream, but I'm gonna say Blair Witch.
Okay.
Grossed more. No. Blair Witch didn't gross more than Scream.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm gonna say Scream. I'm gonna change. Go to Scream.
I'm gonna say Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Both of them.
It was
Blair
Witch?
Witch Project.
Holy crap.
I said the same thing. That's why I specifically did this. So I actually was going to skip the 80s because I was like, okay, that's easy toss to you for the 80s. No offense. And so I was
it's
like,
all right, we're old.
So I was like, well, no, I know his obsession with 80s horror.
Yeah. So
I was like, so the 90s. And so I was like, I'll go 90s and then a little bit into more modern.
That's a hell of a trick, man.
So, So I have the numbers. The Blair Witch was number one with $248.3 million.
Good Lord.
That people were scammed out of their money.
Yeah, I was.
Absolutely scammed out of their money.
I hated it.
I pissed me off into that movie. I walked out of there like, what in the hell did I just pay for?
So I remember when it came out, and I remember people were going nuts about this movie.
They were.
And I have since seen it, and I think I saw it on VHS. I rented it from the library and watched it on VHS, and I am glad I didn't pay a dime to even rent it from the theater. That was, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Then in second place is Bram Stoker's Dracula with $215.8 million.
Yeah, that movie was huge. I remember that.
And you guys are both right. I remember when Scream came out in 96, wasn't it? Yeah.
December of 96.
Yeah, 96. Oh, I have it written down in front of me. Blair Witch was 99, Scream was 96, and Bram Stoker, I apparently forgot to write the year.
94, I believe.
Yeah, I forgot to write the year down, but it was in the 90s.
Or 92.
Scream was a monstrous hit, $173 million.
Yeah, that was a huge hit, and because it
for
was
a horror movie,
yeah,
a slasher,
yeah,
and it was a game changer. I watched it twice in theaters. One weekend, and the opening weekend, and then the following weekend went back and watched it
because we discussed it. That was the first slasher that we've had in decades.
Yeah, and you guys have talked about it already, but the ending of the very first Scream, I think, especially for its time, blew people away.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the first time I saw it, even I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? So, 2000s.
Well, hang on, I can see the Blair Witch though, because given the time frame, you had practical magic, you had Hocus Pocus, you had The Craft. There's a lot of witchcraft and witchy movies out at the time, so I could see the Blair Witch grossing what it did. But
for a long time, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys are a little bit older than me, but a long time there, people believed the Blair Witch Project was at least like
initially, yes. Some people did.
Some people did. So it was, oh my God, go look at this real footage that somebody filmed on a camcorder. And then it comes out, it's a couple of kids with a camcorder.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think part of it was the mystery behind it and the time and I still say people were scammed out of their money. No offense to you guys. I mean, it's
live and learn, man.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
But it did set a precedence for found footage films.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, everything. And I'm not
paranormal activity. Is a good
stuff like that.
That's a perfect segue to the 2000s. So,
okay,
here you go.
Go for it.
So, your movies for the 2000s are Paranormal Activity, The Ring, and Saw 2. And yes, I specifically picked these out. It is the same on all of these.
Okay, so I don't remember The Ring being... I mean, okay, The Ring was a big deal, but I don't remember it being as huge as the other two.
Right.
Paranormal Activity was definitely a big deal when it came out. And what was the other one?
Saw 2.
Saw 2.
Saw was a big deal.
All the Saws were.
All the Saws have been huge deals.
Every October throughout the 2000s, you get a new Saw movie.
Saw, that's right.
And honestly, I think Saw 2 is my favorite out of all of those, too. Of course, I don't think that's going to change the numbers. But, God, I think I will say Saw 2.
I'm gonna go with Paranormal Activity. That movie creeped me the hell out.
Both of you are wrong.
God, really?
Yeah. Again,
it was Ring.
It was The Ring.
7 days.
I was blown away by this. So
I mean, that movie was creepy.
Duke, you want to take a stab at The Ring's grossing? And then, by the way, these are worldwide numbers, guys. So,
270 million.
You're just barely over. $248.2 million.
Okay, Lord.
For The Ring.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I guess you could put it in the horror. We were discussing the other day the subcategories. That one falls in definitely a subcategory. It's, I don't know. It's not.
Have you seen the original?
That's what I mean. Like
Ringu?
Oh, no.
Chinese.
I haven't either.
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
My voice keeps cracking. I just need to talk like this.
Paranormal Activity was $194.1 million. And Saw 2 was $152.9 million.
Wow.
Those are all, I mean, hell of numbers.
Yeah.
What's creepy was I didn't see The Ring in theaters. I saw it for the first time here at home, and as soon as it got over with and the credits ran and everything, you see the white noise at the end. My phone rang.
Oh,
the
God.
landline rang, and I'm like, don't answer it. I was so freaked out.
That's what
7 days.
Right.
Okay, so that's it for the grossing.
Okay.
So now I just
That
have...
wasn't gross at all.
No, it wasn't gross at all. Now I have just general horror trivia, so these will go pretty quick. So I'm going to give you guys 3 movies. I wanted you to tell me which ones had the most fake blood used.
Oh.
By the gallon.
I got you.
By the gallon.
Yep.
All right.
I got you.
All right.
Are we doing fast?
So here you go. So your movies are Dead Alive, The Shining, and Piranha 3D. And if you can give me the gallons.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
I don't remember the gallons. It's definitely Dead Alive.
Yes.
I think it was like 300 gallons.
Actually, I can't
was
remember.
close to that.
There was, because Evil Dead used a lot of blood too, and The Shining for a long time used the most blood in any film. And I don't know. I don't remember if Dead Alive overtook that. I'll stick with Dead Alive.
Yeah.
Okay, it's The Shining.
I was like, one of them.
No.
No?
What?
Huh?
No. Piranha 3D used 80,000 gallons of fake blood.
Are you kidding me?
No. The Shining used 30,000 gallons.
Okay.
Or 3,000 gallons. 3,000 for The Shining, 80,000 for Piranha 3D, and Dead Alive only used 80 gallons for that one scene.
Okay. Wow.
The one scene only.
Scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
The lawnmower scene.
So that particular scene, whatever scene, I haven't seen the movie, but
you definitely should.
So that scene was mentioned as it alone took 80 gallons for that one scene.
That's another like comedy horror you should watch.
Yeah, definitely Dead Alive.
Dead Alive, yeah.
So
I have not seen Piranha in 3D, so I'm assuming
is that the older one or is that the newer?
No, it's like 2000s.
Okay. Yeah, it was like from the 2000s. Yeah.
Okay.
What is widely considered to be the first horror movie ever made? Do you know? I was curious to see if you would even know some of these.
Was it The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari? It's a German film, I believe.
Was it the? It wouldn't be.
I thought it was like French or something like that.
I thought it was German.
Well, it may have been German.
What was the
do
one
you know
with
what
the
the
devil?
translation is for?
The one with the what?
The one with the devil. Was it the Faust or? It's one that they did like in the 1800s.
Yep.
For Broadway.
You've almost got it. Like literally,
I want to say it's the
you're
Faust,
so close.
It's about. It's
No,
about the
you're
devil.
thinking of Faust, which is an opera.
Faust.
No, that's an opera. But
Okay.
this is called The House of the Devil, made in 1898, which may have been a spin on Faust, but I don't know.
Right.
So I didn't dig that deep in
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
1898.
1898, it is considered to be the first horror movie ever made. I looked that question up 4 different times on different things to make sure that was legit.
So yeah, it probably was. The House of the Devil was probably inspired by the Faust, because the Faust, like you said, was a play that they would do, like, in towns and stuff like that. They would travel and everything, and for entertainment, because they didn't have movie theaters back then, and stuff. So they did Broadway plays and stuff. So that was one of the main ones.
So I've looked up this question before, and that must have totally escaped my brain because, I don't remember that at all.
I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
I figured, because being the history guy that you are and the horror guy, I figured that you would.
Well, I know a lot of people talk about The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari as one of them, but I mean that's another 20 years after The House of the Devil.
Yeah.
So
okay, so that's all I could get for horror. The rest of it was stuff you guys already know, like what is Neve Campbell's character's name in Scream? I mean,
Sydney.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
come
go.
on, let yeah. So I'm not gonna even like
Hello, Sydney.
Who directed Get Out and Us? I mean, I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. So
Stephen King on cocaine.
So I have lead actor and actress went. Lead actors and actress winners. Only leads from the following decades. 94. Okay? I'm going to give you the 3. And you tell me who won it. All right?
Okay.
So, your actors in 94. Tom Hanks for Philadelphia, Daniel Day-Lewis for In the Name of the Father, or Liam Neeson for Schindler's List.
Ooh.
That's tough. What was the award?
Lead actor in a role. Just the Oscar for the lead actor for that year.
That's a tough one because I know Schindler's List won a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I specifically picked out the nominees to cut it down to 3 on purpose.
I don't remember Liam Neeson winning it.
No, but I'm pretty sure that Tom Hanks won for
Philadelphia. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're both right. It was Philadelphia. Daniel Day-Lewis, I was kind of surprised, was even nominated that year. I didn't think he got popularity until later on, but apparently he's been nominated
around
several
since the
times.
80s, I believe.
Yeah. And I would have, if you would have asked me that question, I would have guessed Schindler's List because of the amount of awards that it won.
Yeah, it did.
So,
right.
All right. Lead actress for 1994. Holly Hunter, The Piano, Angela Bassett, What's Love Got to Do with It, or Stockard Channing, 6 Degrees of Separation. Yeah, I know. When it came to the actresses, that's the same look I had on my face when I was putting the trivia together.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Which is crazy because I know a lot of different actresses, but when it comes to the Oscars, I don't know what they're doing.
I'm just gonna go shot in the dark because I know What's Love Got to Do with It was a big deal back then. It was a big part of the awards because of Tina Turner. So I'm gonna go with Angela Bassett.
Oh, sorry, no.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, sorry. No,
he just slapped your face.
That's the wrong button. No, so it was Holly Hunter for The Piano.
Oh, okay. See, I've never seen any of those movies. I don't remember them at all.
Either.
The Piano was a very dramatic film.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about it. Those were the biggest names I could pull out of even the nominations and people. Mm-hmm. When it came to actresses, I was like, what? What are we doing here?
There wasn't a lot for
There's
women.
not.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the same throughout. Now, I tried to get as many mainstreams as I could here because I'm not going to be cold. But, all right. So, your next decade is 2004. That's the year, okay? So, your people are Jude Law for Cold Mountain, Bill Murray for Lost in Translation, or Sean Penn for Mystic River.
Ooh. Jeez. All right, so
full disclosure too, I originally picked like a different year and then realized that I'd probably given you guys that year or something close to it before, so I backed it up a few years, which is how I came up with these.
Okay.
So Mystic River won a bunch of awards as well. I'm going to go with Sean Penn.
Yeah, I was my first gut was going to be Bill Murray, but I don't remember Lost in Translation doing much for awards. So yeah, I'll agree, Sean Penn.
So here's the thing on that one: I've never even heard of Mystic River in my life.
Excellent movie.
Lost in Translation, you're wrong. I remember these particular Oscars because Lost in Translation, it was Lost in Translation, Lost in Translation, Lost in Translation.
It won some awards.
It was nominated for like everything that year.
Right.
Like, because I remember hearing it over, I've never seen the movie. I just remember hearing it.
It was nominated a lot.
It was nominated for
That's what I said. It didn't win a bunch of awards.
And I was surprised because Cold Mountain did win a bunch of stuff. Because I know Cold Mountain did win some stuff that year. Too. Yeah, I know it won awards in general. So
was that the Civil War movie with
Jude Law
and
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, okay. I have seen that then.
All right. So the actresses for 2004. Naomi Watts, 21 Grams. Charlize Theron for Monster. Or Diane Keaton, rest in peace, for Something's Gotta Give.
I have a feeling you threw in Diane Keaton to throw us off because of her recent passing.
I don't know.
No, I specifically used the exact nominees and everything.
Okay.
I just picked the names I picked.
I know Monster was a big deal.
I'm gonna have to say Charlize.
Yeah, Charlize.
Yeah, you're both right. And Monster was a huge deal.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a great movie if you guys haven't seen it.
I have seen it.
She pulls off the perfect replica of that chick.
Yes.
I got that with it was a duo DVD pack. It had Monster and then it had a documentary about the real Eileen chick.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy how spot on. And if you watch the special features on the Monster DVD, there were times during the scenes Charlize Theron when they'd say cut would go like this and wave her arms in the air, and you would see her pacing off set chain smoking because she was so stressed out. The role just took such a big toll on her.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So, and then the last one I have is 2014. Christian Bale for American Hustle, Chiwetel Ejiofor, I don't know the guy, how to say his last name, for 12 Years a Slave, or Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club.
What was the first one you said?
Christian Bale, American Hustle. Chiwetel, I can't say his last name.
I don't think that
was.
It was not him.
It wasn't that one.
12 Years a Slave won a lot of awards, guys. Did you guys not see that movie?
It's a great movie.
I was saying it's a phenomenal movie. It won awards. I know it did.
But as a lead actor, I don't think that he won.
Yeah, I'm not buying it on that one. What was the other one again?
Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club, or Christian Bale, American Hustle.
I'll let you take it because I have no idea.
I'm gonna go McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, the Dallas Buyers Club was a huge movie that year. That was a big deal that year.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I just remember it was a big deal that year because McConaughey put out several movies like in a quick succession.
Yeah, that
around the same time.
Yeah, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and
Dallas Buyers Club and
Lincoln Lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer is a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And then, so the actresses for 2014 are Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine, Sandra Bullock with Gravity, Meryl Streep with August, Osage County. And I've only heard of one of those movies, and that's Gravity. That's the only one I've even heard of.
That's what I was
yeah, based on the look on you guys' face, that's what I'm guessing too. Yeah.
That was a huge movie then that year.
It was the highest
Gravity,
grossing movie of the year. So I'm going to go with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. Probably isn't. It's probably August, whatever the hell that was.
No.
Really?
It was Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine.
Oh, wow.
I've never even heard of Blue Jasmine, and nor have I heard of August, Osage County.
That's crazy.
I've heard of that one, but...
And here's my question. We collectively have all heard of at least the actors' names.
Right.
And what are they doing when it comes to lead actresses? Because you can't tell me that lead actresses don't have other, like... I know it's voted on. Are they just voting on random stuff? Like, I don't. That seems very one-sided.
I don't know. It's very
It seems
it's
very
an industry ran by men. That's what it sounds like to me.
Maybe.
Well,
touche. I'm just saying.
It's a conspiracy theory. Like same with like the NFL. With their rumors are going around saying that
it's fixed and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Super Bowl. If a team won more than one Super Bowl and everything, then like for the how they vote the MVP. The NFL MVP. If you won 3 or more, then they usually go with the other guy.
The other guy because okay.
So just to give him one because you've got plenty.
You're
already in an elite group. So, Sandra Bullock, that was the highest grossing movie of that year. So that was the first thing I figured she won best lead role.
It was nominated a bunch of times. That's why I thought.
And that's just it. Those other movies. For the actresses, right. I think we can all collectively agree we haven't heard of a lot of those movies, or at least if we have, they're not They're not
Right.
Gravity. I mean, wouldn't you put something, if it was a big movie in the box office and it got a lot of attention like Gravity did?
Yeah.
Why would it not win the award? I feel like, and I'm not just trying to go off on it.
I think there are politics involved in that. In all of that.
I think so.
Because if you look at the history of all the movies that have won Oscars throughout the years, you probably have heard of half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very, very true. That's part of why I stopped watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
It is. Well, there was one year, and it was I don't know if it was pre or post slap, but I mean, let's be honest, that's the line. So there was one year, and I watched it, and I was like, I have literally never heard of any of these movies, like, at all, and they don't look good. So why am I going to go and watch those movies? And I watched like 2 of them, and they were terrible.
All
and
these
so, like,
art house films.
I know I'm good. Like, so. But anyway, that's it for movie trivia.
Yo, give it up for Justin and movie trivia. Love it. All right. Justin, what's our next movie?
Our next movie is The Final Destination.
Hey, how old is this place?
Got me.
We're fine. That's why they built the fence there.
We have to get out of here. We're all gonna die, all right? It's gonna be a crash.
Have you lost your mind? You saw it before it actually happened. We're alive, and so are a lot of other people.
I keep having these visions. I see how the next person's gonna die.
What do you mean, the next person?
Survivors in the accident.
What if we weren't meant to survive? What's gonna happen to us?
I think we can stop it.
Creepy music.
Right.
The Final Destination, which turned out to not be the Final Destination, was released August 28th of 2009. They missed the title by that much. A horrifying premonition saves a young man and his friends from death during a racetrack accident, but a terrible fate awaits them nonetheless. This movie stars Bobby Campo, Chantel Van Santen, Nick Zano, Haley Webb, Krista Allen as MILF, and Mike Kelty Williamson.
So this was produced and distributed by New Line Cinema and Craig Perry and Warren Zide, as usual. Director David R. Ellis returns for this one. This was written by Eric Bress. The score for this one was done by Brian Tyler, who also done the score for Yellowstone, Abigail, Super Mario Brothers movie, Scream 2022, Ready or Not, Escape Room, Now You See Me, Fast and Furious, Bubba Hotep.
Nice.
Goes on and on. The special effects was done by Hybrid and Cafe Effects, as well as the makeup effects were done by Greg Nicotero. If you don't know who Greg Nicotero is, he's a major makeup effects artist. Also directed several of the Walking Dead episodes. This was shot on location in Mobile, Alabama, as well as New Orleans between March and May of 2008.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
I'm done. Dishes are done, man.
This one had a budget of $40 million. It grossed $187 million. I don't know. IMDb gave it 5.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 28% with a 35% audience rating. Letterboxd gave it 2 out of 5. I'm giving this one 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a generous 5 out of 10.
I'm giving this one a 4.5 out of 10.
This is the first Final Destination film to be shot in 3D. Although the previous installment was supposed
why.
to have
okay,
been.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does it though? Does it though?
I mean, look at Jaws 3D.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's just one example.
This is the last New Line Cinema film to be released as an independent company, as in 2008 it was bought out by Warner Brothers. Since Wendy, Kevin, Julie did die, this movie is tied with Final Destination 3 for having the largest death count of 10.
Again, nobody survives the end of the movie.
Right.
Like they just all die.
This is the first movie to not feature Tony Todd in any way. And this was supposed to be the final of the film of the franchise, hence the title. But was later decided to make another final film, quote unquote final film, and go back to its roots. Despite the negative reception of the film, it was the largest grossing film in the franchise.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah. And
it happens all the time.
Right.
It's so like if the 3 was cheesy, this is even a double dose of that.
Yeah.
This is
like moldy cheese.
Stupid.
Yeah. The effects were the worst, I think, in this movie than in any of them. And they had Greg Nicotero on their side, which, that doesn't make sense. If you got Greg Nicotero and your effects suck,
well, it's like,
come on, guys.
It's like James Wong coming back for 3. How could that have been a bad movie? I
don't know, man.
And
this was directed by the same guy that did part 2.
Right.
I don't understand it. And I think 3 and 4 just missed the mark so hard.
A $40 million budget also.
Right.
I mean,
where the CGI effects?
I guess so.
But yeah, that's literally all I've got for the Final Destination.
But did they really $40 million into CGI effects? You'd think. Okay, I can't go without mentioning the racetrack scene is stupid.
Yeah.
It is asininely stupid. I've been to janky racetracks. I've been to professional NASCAR tracks. There's no way a tire is clearing an entire stadium and coming out and that was stupid. There's a lot of stupidity going on in that. The racetrack scene.
It took a fear factor and just blew it up.
It
really did. It wasn't. I mean, I've been to racetracks. I felt safe. I watch racing.
I've had cars wreck in front of me. I
watch
perfectly
racing.
safe.
Yeah, I watch racing for the wrecks. I mean,
a lot of people do. I mean, that's not just the only reason I watch it, but it just
there's only so many left turns you can have before you need some kind of excitement.
How about Final Destination 5, Corey?
How about we take a break?
Join us at the Drive-In Review for in-depth discussions, hot takes, and behind-the-scenes insights into your favorite films.
Whether you're a cinephile or just love a good movie night, our podcast has something for everyone.
From blockbusters to hidden gems, we dive into it all with passion and humor.
Plus, engage in fun games and movie trivia that will test your film knowledge and keep you entertained.
Visit our website at www.driveinreview.com and click on any of the platform icons to tune in. And subscribe to our social media for the latest updates.
Or you can browse through our movie posters and our ratings on them.
Join our community of movie lovers and give us your thoughts, your answers, or just, berate us on our mispronunciations.
Yeah, so let's enjoy the cinematic adventure together, and thank you for listening.
Did you mean for all those words to come out together, or did they just fall out randomly?
All right, let's talk about Final Destination 5.
I see that it's been quite a while since your first consultation. What made you decide to take the leap today?
A lot is going on in my life. I don't want to miss anything.
When we're done, you'll have perfect vision. But you know what? My assistant's giving me an incomplete file. I'll be right back.
Hold on, you're leaving? Is that supposed to be happening?
You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to die on that bridge. The lucky few survive the disaster. And then one by one, death comes for them all.
Are you saying that we can't stop this?
There's an answer for everything.
It's kill or be killed. Nobody's safe.
All right, Final Destination 5 was released August 12th of 2011. Death returns to claim the lucky survivors of a deadly bridge collapse in this fifth frightening installment of the series. It stars Nicholas D'Agosto, Emma Bell, Miles Fisher, Ellen Rowe, Courtney B. Vance, Tony Todd, and David Koechner.
Yep. So this was, again, produced by New Line Cinema and Craig Perry and Warren Zide. This one was directed by Stephen Quayle. Jeez. Stephen Quayle, who also directed Into the Storm, sorry.
Oh, that's a good movie.
This was written by Eric Heiserer. The score was again done by Brian Tyler. The special effects done by Soho Visual Effects and Lindala Schminken Effects. This was shot in Vancouver, Canada between September and December 2010.
This one had a budget of $40 million and grossed $157 million. IMDb gave it 5.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 64% with a 53% audience rating. Letterboxd gave it 2.8 out of 5. I'm rating this one 7.5 out of 10. I was actually excited about this. At first, I was like, they're making another one. I thought the last one was the last one until I seen the ending. That's what really got me. So,
I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I liked it.
Okay.
Especially the ending.
All right.
Which was, I mean, I think when I first watched it, it was pretty par.
Right.
until the ending came along, and then I was like, okay.
Right.
Nice.
And I apologize, Justin, for not revealing that to you about the fifth one. So
that's okay. So to the audience, so I watched up until the end of the bridge scene, and given my clear opinion of 3 and 4, I thought I was going to watch another cheese fest because I feel like if they had not made 3 and they had not made 4, the story would have gone on congruently without them being needed for any of the story whatsoever.
Agreed.
That being said, I know they're part of the franchise, but by that point, I was like, okay, I'm watching. It felt like Groundhog Day, and I felt like I was rewatching the same movie over again.
And you watched them back to back to back.
I did
as well.
watch them back to back.
You had a Final Destination thon.
Yes, I did, and it was my final destination. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, 3 and 4, they don't have much to add in the way of originality or anything.
And so by the time I hit 5, it was a lot, and so I did watch over half of 5 because actually the bridge scene doesn't happen until over halfway through the stinking movie.
Right.
The collapse of the bridge is way later than I thought it was. Like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch that and
character build up and stuff.
Yeah, and then they have this whole build up, and then the bridge collapses, and I'm like, okay, I get it now people are gonna start dying in the same thing. I didn't realize that there was a tie-in at the end.
Right.
I may go back and watch at least the ending for the tie-in. I may not watch all the death scenes that I missed. I did see all the death scenes from the bridge. I did watch the entire bridge collapse. So I mean, the bridge collapse I thought was well done.
The death scenes are pretty intense in this one too.
Are they? Mm-hmm. So I would like to see the end and see the tie.
Yeah,
the tie.
Definitely.
Connect,
now, given that I forgot to mention the details, I would definitely go and rewatch it. The entire. I would watch the entire thing. Give it a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Since you just watched, all 5 of them in a row.
Yeah.
And everything, but I would definitely go back to this.
6 of them in a row.
So had you not seen any of these?
Yeah, I had.
Okay.
I it had been long enough that I wanted to rewatch the first and second one, and I had not seen them. So like I said before, I remember when the first 2 came out, they were a big deal. Like they were a huge deal. 3 came out, and I remember seeing what everybody else knows as the poster for it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I said, that is moronically stupid. How dumb can you a roller coaster? We've taken it too far. This is too far. And then so when we talked about this and we were going to do this, I was like, I don't know, whatever. It's going to be cheesy. It was cheesy. I did not know what 4 was about. Then I watched 4, thinking 3 was bad. How bad can 4 be? And then I saw 4, which clearly, obviously, I'm not a fan of either one of those. But at that point, they're how do I put this the right way? Like I said, I guess it just felt like I wanted there to be more to the story. Like I said, if maybe if they had carried over characters, that's what would have got me better on it. But
nothing grabbed you.
Nothing grabbed me. It's like you said, there's nothing for 3 and 4 to add. So because of that, I thought 5 was going to be. I didn't. I full disclosure to the audience. I called Corey and I said, "Hey man," I said, "Look, I just watched 3 and 4. They were terrible." I said, "Is 5 going to be as bad?" And he goes, "Well, watch the bridge scene." And I said, "Okay, well that's where I'm at." And so I watched the bridge scene, and I was like, and I said, "Okay, so." That's all I needed to watch was the bridge scene.
To clarify, I said look on YouTube
and
for
find
the
the
death
kills.
scenes.
You said find the kills.
Yes.
That's exactly right. You did.
Yes.
And so I watched the bridge scene, and I took that as good enough
because I was wanting you to hurry up and watch Bloodlines,
which I did. I did watch all of Bloodlines completely, and I will tell my opinion on that here momentarily.
All right. Well, I only have 2 facts, and they're literally coinciding with each other. This film was designed to be a direct prequel to the first film, making the Final Destination the final film of the franchise chronologically until Bloodlines was released. This is the only movie in the franchise where there are two visionaries in the same film. Sam was the first at the beginning of the film. Then Alex Browning from the first film was the second at the end when he makes a cameo appearance using archived footage from the first film. And that's all I got.
Okay.
So,
well, let's move on to to
our newly named used to be 7 Steps. Now it's Hollywood Roll Call. All right, Justin, you gave us a good one.
I picked it at random.
I know. That's usually when they're good, when they're just random like that, pulled out of your ass. But Duke, let's
and fresh.
Yeah, let's start with you. Nice and steamy.
Okay. So we're talking about Chevy Chase to Helen Hunter, correct?
Yes.
Hunt, not Hunter.
Helen Hunt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, Duke messed up. He went to the wrong person.
It's the fart sounds. All right, so I got Chevy Chase to Anthony Michael Hall in National Lampoon's Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Michael Hall to Jamie Gertz in 16 Candles. And Jamie Gertz to Helen Hunt in Twister.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Who does she play in Twister?
Who? Helen Hunt?
No.
Jamie Gertz. She's the girlfriend that straggles along.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the sex therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got cows.
Okay.
I forgot she was in 16 Candles.
Yeah. It's a small role.
Yeah. Justin, what about you?
Okay. I have Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson in As Good as It Gets. Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler in Anger Management. Adam Sandler and Dan Aykroyd in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oh, right.
And Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase in Nothing But Trouble.
All right.
You can go a lot of ways with Dan Aykroyd and
Yes.
Chevy Chase.
Yes.
And I didn't think about I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. That was
He
good. I forgot
plays
was in
the
that.
fire captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This morning I got to pee without peeing in all 3 urinals at once. It was a good thing until you came in here.
So I went a little bit. I went old school with this one. So I went Chevy Chase and John Candy in Nothing But Trouble.
Okay.
John Candy and Catherine O'Hara in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara and Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson in Batman.
Okay.
And then Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt in As Good as It Gets.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Yeah. I like the journey. That was all good. We're all good on that one.
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right. Well, let's start up that Model T.
Big money, no whammies.
It's your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick from the birthday list like we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Jon Favreau to let's do a couple of Johns. Jon Favreau to John Krasinski.
Okay. Well, that was Hollywood Roll Call. All right. Our 6th and final film is Final Destination Bloodlines.
Drinks all around. Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh,
Grandma, what's happening to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do. I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
All right, Final Destination Bloodlines was released May 16th of 2025. Plagued by a recurring violent nightmare, a college student returns home to find the one person who can break the cycle to save her family from the horrific fate that inevitably awaits them. It stars Caitlin Santawana, Tio Briones, Raya Kinstedt, Richard Harmon, Owen Patrick Joyner, and Anna Lore. And one final performance by Tony Todd.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Yes.
So this was produced and distributed again by New Line Cinema. And it was produced by Toby Emmerich. I don't know if he's related to Roland or not.
Right.
Diane McGunigal, Craig Perry, Sheila Hanahan Taylor, and John Watts. This was directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein. The story was done by John Watts, Guy Busick, and Laurie Evans Taylor. The screenplay was done by Guy Busick and Laurie Evans Taylor. The score was done by Tim Wynn, whose most of his work is done. He does a lot of composing for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Special effects was done by Pixstone Images and Pixomondo, as well as Masters Effects. This was shot in Vancouver, Canada, between March and May of 2004.
Right, and hence them saying they're bringing it back to its roots.
Yeah.
They brought it back to Vancouver, which was excellent idea.
Yeah.
This movie had a budget of $50 million and is now the highest grossing of the entire franchise at $310 million.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Thus far.
Yeah.
Since they're making number 7, we'll see.
Okay.
But as of now, it is the highest grossing. IMDb gave this one 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave this a whopping 92% with an 86% audience rating.
Wow.
Letterboxd gave it 3.2 out of 5. I'm giving this one straight 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know. Well, I guess I give it an 8 out of 10. And the only reason I boosted above the first two is because of the increase in technology and special effects. This one had way better special effects than the first two.
Yeah.
And other than the first two, this is my favorite of the franchise. I really like the way it tied it together. It did a great job of tying the story up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was, there's been, I guess when 3 came out, the director mentioned that there was going to be, when 4 came out, they were mentioning that there was going to be a 6 and 7 as well. So they already had 7 films in mind, but then that was during COVID when that happened. So COVID hit and it postponed the Bloodlines until now. It was supposed to originally come out to 2022 for that one. Maybe it was Final Destination 5 when they said that they were making 6 and 7. But
go ahead, because I was just going to be a smart ass.
Yeah.
You also said that New Line Cinema changed hands at some point between 4 and 5.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Or was it 5 that it changed hands?
The 4th one, the Final Destination, was when it was the last film.
4.
So 5, it was Warner Brothers.
So then that would, I mean,
it was bought out, but it was bought out. It was subsidiary.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's still New Line Cinema with Warner Brothers backing them up.
If they knew that they were gonna have 7, then why call 4 the Final Destination, and why say it was supposed to be the last one in the franchise if you guys planned on 7 in the first? Again, not trying to point out a gaping plot hole, but there's a gaping plot hole.
and there's also a lot of years. So 4 was the Final Destination. Then they wanted to. Then 5 came out. They wanted to make it a prequel.
So so that was the okay. I
was
see
supposed
how they
to
tried
tie
to do it.
the movies in together with the prequel. Then the prequel was so well done and everything. Then we had COVID and stuff where they had Bloodlines in mind because of the success of the 5th one.
Yeah, they had been talking about this for
years.
A while.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out back in 2022. And it started with, and there was different variances. It was going to be a building on fire. Then it turned into
I remember that.
Then it turned into a cruise ship.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Aboard that, I was like, we don't need that. We had Ghost Ship. We don't need any other
exactly.
cruise ship.
Which, by the way, is another one of the best opening scenes of a horror movie.
Yes.
So that scene has been rated one of the most gruesome opening scenes in cinema history. Still to this day, that opening scene,
And the movie itself is not that great.
I have never seen the movie. I have only seen the opening scene, and I said, I'm good. I think I'm good. That's an insane opening scene. Like, that's absolutely crazy.
Yep.
Yes. But yeah, anyways, so then Bloodlines came out this year because it finally got, greenlit and everything. So there's a lot of years in between. So
maybe they should be patient and like. Maybe that's so. I feel like it's rushed. Like if you got 7 in mind, then put forth the effort for 7.
And I know where you're going with this. There's only so many ways you can die, and everything and stuff. So it's a never ending cycle. It's never going to end. And I'll explain a little bit about it and everything. During my fun facts,
they should do a time. What am I thinking? Wow, my brain just stopped. A
loop,
a time lapse,
a period film,
a period.
Yes,
they should do a period film, like maybe not even make it black and white, but like in the 30s, and it's a blimp disaster.
Well, so I have a theory. And on this one, and I'll get to that here in just a minute. So my fun facts on this, of course, this is Tony Todd's final film. He passed away in November of 2024. After the credits, they commemorate him by adding "in the memory of Tony Todd."
Yeah.
This is the first in the franchise where no survivors or members of the Bloodlines intervened, that death skips them and goes to who's next on the list. So that just got written off.
Yeah.
But about the movie, where I was going with this is so the ending, they can continue it. And this is my theory. If they're listening and they're needing a script, here we go. Okay. To tie in Bloodlines to the 7th film, because they're saying it's the final chapter. Of course, we've heard that twice now. This is the final movie, right? So this is supposed to be the final chapter of Final Destination 7.
So was Saw 45 and a half.
Right. So let's, they can continue it because they did end it by killing everybody off that was supposed to from the sky view. But he had to have derailed that train to kill them. So therefore he had plans for everybody in that train derailment who survives that.
Yeah.
So that's the way they can tie in Bloodlines, is using the train derailment as the disaster.
That is one thing I will say about this. That was a disappointment to me. So I don't want to spoil the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the ending that was proposed to have happened should have been the ending. They should have left it alone. The train derailment didn't have to happen for the ending to be good.
It would have been a nice send off to just end the franchise with Tony Todd's last film.
The train derailment, that also happened in part 3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the third one ended.
That's yeah.
It was the subway.
Yeah.
But if the actual proposed ending that happens at the end of Bloodlines would have happened, I would have been okay with that. I would have felt like that's an appropriate. Why not? He helped, and the problem solved. And then that is literally the perfect send-off. Then you don't have to make 7.
Right.
Tony Todd just had his last performance. You've stopped the cycle. The story has come full circle and reached completion. There is no reason to go any further with this. I'm not trying to poo-poo 7. I'm trying to say that would have been the absolute punctuation mark at the end of the story.
And if 7 does not hold water, this is a great finale to the franchise, because it's in development. It's not, it's in the works. So we know how that goes in the film industry.
In part 7, we find out that Tony Todd is Death. And then we start seeing everything from his point of view.
Exactly, right? But so I'm gonna end this episode with a little bit of just information. So this is horror month, and everything, and there's a lot of horror movies out there. So many of the fears that horror movies exploit are buried deep. Because they're fears of things that probably won't happen. You're statistically unlikely to die in a home invasion, or at the hands of a killer in a mask, or because you angered a homicidal doll, or because you unleashed an ancient curse, right? Yeah. So the Final Destination franchise, including Bloodlines, it hits a little different. Because as to the specifics, sure, you probably won't die because a sign falls on you, or because a barbecue explodes, or because you get hit by a bus while you're in the middle of an impassioned argument, right?
Yeah.
But those things are not quite the fears that the Final Destination movies are about. It's initially about a different fear. You're gonna die sooner or later, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I said before, it's inevitable. Mm-hmm. And unlike the homicidal doll, the ancient curse, or the home invasion, that fear, that one is spot on. And it's not just likely; it's certain in life just as much as in the movies. You don't know exactly when or how, but it's going to happen. Worry about it or don't. It's going to happen all the same. So just the moral of this franchise is basically, so take that trip, ride that roller coaster, jump out of an airplane, whatever your fear, face your fears. And everything.
Wear a parachute.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Live.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Live your life to the fullest, because you never know when you can't. So, and I'm just going to end it with that.
Sounds good.
So
enjoy your Halloween.
Yes. Let's do pick it or kick it real quick, and then but we're going to do it differently. Is there any that you would pick? Pick it or kick it. Is there any of these in the franchise that you would kick?
I would go ahead and just kick 3 and 4 and stick with 1, 2, 5, and Bloodlines.
Okay. Justin?
Oh, I'm definitely kicking 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I can't give 5 a fair statement.
Right.
I would keep 1, 2, and Bloodlines definitely. 3 and 4 have no continuity. I like if I rewatch Final Destination over again or tell somebody about it, I'm gonna tell them 1, 2, skip 3 and 4. It's not needed.
Definitely watch 5 because it does tie in, and I agree with Duke. I would kick 3 and 4 and just keep 1, 2, 5, and 6 because that's the tie-in for everything.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's our episode, and that wraps up Horror Month, guys. So, happy Halloween.
Bye.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby.